Gahana karmano gatihi. The path of karma is very deep. Thank you. So, that is the ultimate reality of karma. It is very deep. Even the gods and goddesses don't know about it. They say, and by they I mean our Jyotisha Guru, Mantriji, used to like to say, and there is plenty of textual evidence for this being a traditional interpretation, that there are 4 basic different types of karma. The first is called sanchita karma. And sanchita basically means brought together in a big heap. So sanchita karma is all the karmas that you have performed in all of the existences that you have had up till this incarnation. All of the karmas that you performed over the billions and trillions and quadrillions, quintillions, sextillions of karmas that you have performed are all in a big heap. Now, are they actually in a big heap? Maybe. It's one way of visualizing the karmas. But what's important about it is that it's not so much a heap of dirt as it is a heap of seeds. Each karma is a seed, and that's each one of those seeds takes a different amount of time in order to turn into a fruit. And once it turns into a fruit, then it will be handed to you so that you can eat it. The point is that we're performing all kinds of karmas of all sorts, many of which we don't even know about. They're all getting piled up in this heap of seeds, and the seeds are all growing at different rates. And if there is a runanubandhana, runa means debt, anubandhana means binding down, bondage. So the bondage of karmic debt is a runanubandhana. If you have a very particular karma with a certain person, or more commonly a set of karmas that have involved some going back and forth with a particular, and by person I don't necessarily mean human person, perhaps a tree person, a amoeba person, or a skunk person, or whatever it might be, a being of some sort that has its own karmic profile, then you and that individual, in order to resolve whatever karmas exist between you, are going to have to be in the same space at the same time and interacting with one another. There has to be the appropriate location and opportunity for the karmas that need to be worked out to be worked out. So this is why people tend to get born at a time when other people that they have to interact with, people meaning in human form or plant form or animal form or whatever, are going to interact with. And this is all being handled by the law of karma automatically. Mantri used to say, quoting Mahatma Gandhi, who may or may not have said this, but it was a convenient individual to hang this particular thing on, which is an interesting way of looking at the law of karma. You see, suppose he did not actually say this, but now people are attributing it to him. Does that mean he's getting the karma for having that attributed to him, either the good karma or the not so good karma? That's a good question. The answer is, we don't know. So these are margas. There is the bhakti marga, there's the jnana marga, the karma marga. There's so many different, but they're all using that word marga, which comes from mruga, which they all imply that you are following prana. You're following the way your prana wants to go. And your prana in this body has been determined by that portion of your sanchita karma that has become ripened and that you have to experience in this upcoming existence of yours. That portion is called the prarabdha. The stuff that is ready to emerge and for you to experience it is called the prarabdha. Pele bana prarabdha, piche bana sharir, tulsi kyun chinta kare, bhaje raghuvir. First, you made the prarabdha, and it was only from the prarabdha karma that the sharira, the body, was created. There are many words for body, tanu, deha, but I like sharira because shiryate iti sharira. The sharira is that which deteriorates. So as soon as you're born, yes, you're continuing to grow, but you're also deteriorating very slowly. You're losing your telomeres. Crud is accumulating. Small crud to begin with. But then, shiryate, there's deterioration happening all the time. So, the prarabdha was first created, then the body was created. So we have the sanchita karma, the giant heap of seeds. We have the prarabdha, everything that all the fruits that are ready for you to, that are ripe and ready for you to eat now. The kriyamana karma, which are the karmas that you're performing right now as an individual, which we hope that you have some idea of and you're doing in a way that is relatively kushala, relatively adept. And the agami karma, which is the karma that you are visualizing you may be able to perform in the future. So we naturally want to perform the karmas that are going to benefit us rather than otherwise. And that's why we have Jyotish and Ayurveda and so on, to assist us to know what those karmas might be. And that's why each Jyotish and, or not Jyotish, but Ayurveda and Yoga and Tantra, they all have a set of karmas. Ayurveda has the Pancha karma, which is, I prefer to call Shodhana Chikitsa, because that, number one, does not limit it to these specific 5 items. And because, of course, there is no agreement on what those 5 items are. I think it's important to acknowledge that the most important thing a human being can do, at least in Kali Yuga, and I think we can all, well, I don't know, I at least am convinced we're in not only Kali Yuga, but the Ghora Kali Yuga, the terrific, terrifying, really intense Kali Yuga. The most important thing to do is repeat the name of God, because that is also a karma. It's a very fine karma. It's free, always available. Nobody can take it away from you. Nobody ever needs to know that you're doing that, because you can do it silently. And the beauty is, because of the principle of nama rupa, because of the principle of vag and artha, when you recite the name of God, automatically that reality becomes a little more real for you. And that helps you build up a nice pile of sanchita karma that has a better quality of karma in it than simply you going around and fighting with other cave persons for the local dead duck or whatever. In honor of Mantriji. Instead of Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, which he was very fond of, Om Namo Narayanaya. Om